Hello, everybody, and welcome to Holman Stadium in Nashua. Scene of tonight's Futures Collegiate Baseball League game between the host Nashua Silver Knights and the Worcester Bravehearts.
To give us the 2 words that everyone wants to hear. Let's go, Knights!
And we are set to play ball between these two top teams. Nashua Silver Knights with a record of 8-4. And Worcester actually in third place at the moment in the West standings with a record of 6-6. Tonight's starting pitcher for the Silver Knights, warming up right now, James Muse, young man we saw in the opening game of the season. Check out these spectacular Star-Spangled Banner-themed uniforms that the Silver Knights are sporting tonight. It's got the Team USA logo on them. A spectacular Saturday night outfit for what we hope will be a matching spectacular game here. A 6 o'clock start on Saturday night. It was overcast all day in Nashua. No real rain to speak of, so the field is in good shape. As always here at Holman Stadium, the grounds crew does a fantastic job. John Collins along with Tom King. Our cameraman is Tim O'Neill. The Worcester Bravehearts entering the game have a leading hitter at .467 on the season so far through the 12 games played. Greg Kosinski batting .467. That's not a figure that you see every day in the batting averages, although the Silver Knights, not too shabby himself, Cam Cook has 18 hits through the team's first 12 games, and he's batting .450 on the season. So you'll see both of those players in tonight's game. Cam Cook will be batting second for the Silver Knights, and Greg Kosinski, the first baseman for Worcester, in the cleanup spot for the Bravehearts. If anybody reaches here in the first inning, outside of a double play, we may see Kosinski bat here in the top half of the first. We are just about underway. The leadoff batter for the Bravehearts will be Trevor Johnson, the center fielder. Trevor entering the game, batting, first pitch swinging. His guys went to left field and making well, it was way up there. It took forever to come down. Catch made by Luke Tyree playing left field in tonight's contest. So 1 up, 1 pitch, 1 down. Trevor Johnson retired on a fly out to left field. And here's Thomas Walraven, the shortstop, number 2 for the Bravehearts. He's from Pine Bush, New York, and plays for the University of New Haven. Many of these players in the Worcester lineup from New York State, including Trevor Johnson, who just batted. He's from Rye, New York, and plays his ball at Dartmouth. So Walraven takes a pitch for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes the count. Johnson, who just flied out, was batting .342 on the season. Walraven, not too shabby himself at .326 entering tonight's contest. The 1-1 pitch on the way from James Muse is fouled back this way, just to our right. That's strike 2. James Muse, big right-hander. He will come after you and pound the strike zone. Sure, that's what the Silver Knights coaching staff likes about the 6'3", 220-pounder from Germantown, Tennessee. That's up and in. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So just in case Walraven was getting too familiar with the outer part of the strike zone, that one stands him up. And a 2-2 pitch on the way. 1 out. Top of the first inning. Foul straight back to the screen. Walraven had a quality cut at that fastball. It was about bell tie away.
Don't forget you can bring your foul balls to either concession stand and trade it in for a candy
So we'll do the 2-2 pitch again. Silver Knights played on Martha's Vineyard last night, where I understand the ball. Strike 3 call. The breaking ball froze him. So that pitch might have been set up by the 1-2 pitches before it. The fastball that was up and in that stood Walraven straight up. He did get a good piece of another fastball after that, but that hook just froze him. It started out inside and ended up right in the heart of the plate, and Walraven couldn't pull the trigger. So it's 2 up, 2 down. James Muse with his first strikeout of the game, and that'll bring up the 3-hitter, Joseph Keiko, C-A-I-C-O. He's the DH in tonight's game. Keiko enters the contest batting .356 through 12 games. He is 16 for 45, and he has scored 16 runs. That's amazing. He has scored 4 more runs than games played. That's a blistering pace. That'll be tough to keep up. But several players have done that. I'm looking down the runs scored, and for example, Trevor Johnson, the leadoff batter, he has played 9 games before this. He's got 10 runs scored. Greg Kosinski, who before mentioned, batting .467 on deck, takes it low. Counts 3-1 now to the 3-hitter, in danger of walking Keiko, and then he'd have to face Kosinski and his nearly .500 batting average on deck. Kosinski has scored 10 runs in 7 games. Rip to right, that's going to hook foul. Jumping all over that 3-1 pitch. Keiko, very aggressive, got it up in the zone and just got out in front of it. Muse might have taken something off of that pitch. 3-2, 2 outs, top of the first. Strike 3 called, another hook freezes the batter. This time he gets the left-hander looking. Keiko has a discussion with the home plate umpire, but that looked like a pretty good pitch that bit off the inner third of the strike zone. So it's 3 up and 3 down. James Muse with an impressive first half inning, and we'll go to the bottom of the first. No score here at Holman. To the bottom of the first inning we go, and the Silver Knights will send Ted Williams, Cam Cook, and Kyle Bonicki to the plate. Welcome to everyone who may be watching this live on a Saturday, June 17. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. June 17, Scott Zolak night here at Historic Holman Stadium. Might have caught Scott down with the T-shirt giveaway between innings. The former New England Patriots quarterback and hometown announcer. I don't think he would mind us calling him a homer for the Patriots. How can you not be calling the radio call for the New England Patriots over this Tom Brady run they've had over a decade plus? So we get our first look at the big right-handed pitcher for the Worcester Bravehearts, Billy DeVito. Throws a first pitch for a ball just outside, facing Ted Williams, leadoff batter for the Silver Knights. Hits a 2-bouncer to the shortstop. Across the diamond in plenty of time. Nice play by Thomas Walraven. To his right. Little degree of difficulty there, but he made it look pretty easy to get the leadoff batter. So 1 up, 2 pitches, 1 down. And that'll bring up Cam Cook, leading the Silver Knights in hitting right now with a .450 batting average and with 18 hits on the season. Strike 1. DeVito, 6'4", 200 pounds. Throws that one low and away, and it skips past the catcher, Brett Koffel, Coffel. If that's not a typo, it's not coffee, it's Koffel. Slicing liner, long way to run. It's going to be down for a hit. Cook thought about going for 2, but then put the brakes on as it wasn't all that deep. Nice effort made out there by the right fielder, Pat DeMarco, but he just came up short. Did DeMarco on the sliding try, so it's a base hit for Cam Cook, number 19 on the season. His already lofty .450 batting average just went up a notch. And the game has its first base runner in Cam Cook, aboard at first. And Kyle Bonicki, shortstop, the 3-batter, looks at a strike on the outside corner, the far outside corner. Looking like a two-seam fastball that time from DeVito that found its mark. Billy DeVito is from Stamford, Connecticut, and he plays for the University of Hartford. That one is up and away. Just misses the upper outer corner of the strike zone. 1 ball and 1 strike to Kyle Bonicki. left-handed batter. Batting 178 on the young season with 11 games played. He is, let's see, 8 for 45. Does have 3 walks and 2 hit by pitches. On base percentages 260. The pitch. Falling down as he threw it. Late break to second, and he's going to be out. A late break was the key there for Cam Cook, and a nice recovery by the Bravehearts catcher, Brett Koffel. Didn't let it get all that far. He kept it in front of him. And the slip and fall by the pitcher, DeVito, works out to the Bravehearts' advantage, as that was what caused him to throw the ball in the dirt. Koffel sprung out of his crouch and gunned down Cook with plenty of time to spare at second base. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. And 1 pitch later, what do you know? It's a walk for Kyle Bonicki, his 4th walk of the season.
From Southern New Hampshire University, first baseman number 37, Ryan Sullivan.
So a caught stealing and a pitch later, he could have had second base anyway, but 2 outs and a man at first for Ryan Sullivan. Sullivan, with that light tower power so far this season, has been swinging a very impactful bat. He's hit a home run that we saw here on NashuaETV last game. It went way out of here. It was a first pitch, and then he came close to hitting another one deep in left center field, high off the wall. That one is going to go to the backstop, and this time there'll be no play at second base. Trotting into scoring position goes Bonicki. So a walk and a wild pitch puts a runner in scoring position for Sullivan with 2 outs and a 2-0 count. This is a danger zone for the Bravehearts starting pitcher, Billy DeVito, and he and the catcher, Koffel, they know it. They had a little conference about it. Sullivan batting .390 on the season with 4 home runs. The 2-0 pitch. Foul tipped into the mitt. Strike 1. Not an ideal pitch to drive for Sullivan. It was in the strike zone, but looked like about knee high over the outer third. 2 balls and 1 strike. Let's see if Billy DeVito flirts with the strike zone here as he tries to get the count even. He came right after him and a little bit late on that fastball. Sullivan flies it out foul deep into the pine trees to the right side of the complex. 2 balls and 2 strikes, the count on the Silver Knights cleanup hitter, Ryan Sullivan. Silver Knights entering the game at 8-4 on the season, percentage points behind the Brockton Rocks at 8-2 atop the East standings here in the FCBL. Curveball, strike 3. We've seen batters on both teams get frozen by the 2 strike curveballs, and Sullivan gets caught looking. So the Silver Knights leave a runner in scoring position after 1 full 0-0 here at Historic Holman Stadium on Scott Zolak night down on the field.
It's time for running routes with Zolak. We have 3 contestants. They're going to catch a few route balls from Zo. You guys ready? Ready, set, go. He sent them out there. Oh, it's all right. He wants to go farther. Love the intensity.
Gronk would have had that one.
And he's off. He's going. It's up. Oh, it's all right.
That would have been Gronk's greatest catch of all time.
Come on back. We got time for 1 more. Little flea flicker action.
Flea
He's going
flicker.
deep.
That was a nice pass.
On the money.
Oh!
It's all right. Give him a big hand. Let's hear it for him, guys.
Screw that. Son, who wants to see the big guy run? Let's get it going. Deep post.
So drops the mic. Throwing it deep. There it is.
Here we go. Let's give it up for him. Thanks, kids.
What a treat catching a pass from a NFL quarterback. I gotta say, as a men's senior league baseball player, my teammates and I got to do that with Doug Flutie a few times, and still on the money after all these years when they pick up the football. That was a treat. Scott Zolak night here at Historic Holman Stadium. So we go to the top of the second inning, and the Bravehearts do have their leading hitter up there. Kaczynski wastes no time in hitting a liner to right field. One up, one pitch, one down, as Kaczynski lines out to the right fielder, Anthony Midori, on the first pitch that he sees. One out and nobody on. Here's the catcher, Brett Koffel. Brett batting .233 through 10 games. He is 10 for 43.
Hey, what's with the scoreboard? It's not working. Is it because the computers are down, or?
Fastball at the top of the zone. Little shake of the head by Koffel there. I don't know if he thought that was high, but looked pretty good from up here. 1 ball and 1 strike on the Bravehearts catcher.
It's not working because of the system.
Curveball finds its mark. It's 1-2.
Okay, because the tickets weren't coming out right either, is what I'm saying.
Silver Knights starting pitcher James Muse has a couple of pitches working, the fastball and the curveball, and he goes inside with the fastball, and that ties Koffel up. That is the third K of the game for James Muse. First one swinging. Pat DeMarco, the Staten Island, New York resident and Vanderbilt University freshman, getting to bat now for the Bravehearts. A lot of Vanderbilt players in the FCBL. The pitch. Broken bat, scooped up smoothly by the pitcher, Muse, and he flips to first base for the out that ends the inning. So adding injury to insult there for the batter, and it's the sixth batter, Pat DeMarco. He breaks his bat as he grounds out back to the pitcher. We go to the bottom of the second, scoreless here at Holman Stadium on a Saturday night, June 17, streaming live on YouTube, NashuaETV. The Silver Knights will send their 5, 6, 7 hitters to the plate here in the bottom of the second inning. Andrew Janig, Thomas Joyce, and Anthony Midori due to hit here in the bottom of the second inning. From Assumption College, it's Andrew Janig, the catcher, getting his first look of the night at Billy DeVito. DeVito featuring some curveballs in the warm-ups between innings, I noticed. See if he throws a few here. That's a fastball all the way over the inner third, and had some good mustard on that one. 0-1 is the count on Andrew Janig. Ground ball to the shortstop on 2 hops. Walraven's throw right on the money. And 1 up, 2 pitches, 1 down here in the second.
Now batting from Merrimack College, designated hitter number 24, Thomas Joyce.
Thomas Joyce steps in now for the Silver Knights. Sophomore from Merrimack College and Newton, Massachusetts. Batting left-handed. Joyce batting .281 through 10 games played. 9 for 32 with a double. Lines that one foul down the left field way, and 1-1 is the count. 6 o'clock start here at Holman Stadium. The sun really never made an appearance today, but it's not been an unpleasant day. Definitely kept the temperature down by the blanket of clouds above. Here in mid-June, you can get anything from what we had earlier this week, 50s to upper 90s. That's in the dirt. That's an easy take for Joyce, who's got a hitter's count now, 3 balls and 1 strike. Joyce, the designated hitter in today's game for Nashua. DeVito's pitch is not close. 4-1 the count. And down to first base goes Thomas Joyce.
Number 38, Anthony Maduri.
Second walk of the game issued by Billy DeVito. And Anthony Maduri with his first at-bat of the night. Anthony enters the game with a .300 batting average, 6 for 20. And he's got 3 doubles, 3 runs batted in. In the stretch position now is DeVito. And he hits that outside corner with the fastball, 0-1 on number 38. Anthony Maduri. About an average lead over at first base for Joyce. That curveball stands Maduri up. Can't give up on those curves, as we found out tonight. A lot of them have been starting inside and breaking over the middle of the plate. That one was not one of those. It stayed inside the whole way. A curveball or a backup slider, one of the two from Billy DeVito. Let's see what he has to offer on 1-1. It looked like Maduri was looking fastball, and he got it, but he wisely held off on that one. It was above the zone, 2 balls and 1 strike. So DeVito going through a hiccup here as far as control in the second inning. Swung on and missed. That was right down Broadway at about the belt. And Maduri came up empty on the big swing. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Leading off of first base is Joyce. Quick throw over there, first throw over there by DeVito. And Joyce back in plenty of time. Kyle Banicki was caught stealing last inning on a nice block by the catcher, Brett Koffel. He scooped up the ball in front of the plate and gunned down Cam Cook, who got a late break. The 2-2 pitch is foul back here. When got in on the hands of Maduri a bit, and he fought it off. 2 balls and 2 strikes will remain the count. Silver Knights have 1 hit so far tonight. That was a slicing line drive by Cam Cook in the first inning before the caught stealing. Ground ball over the mound, slowly hit. Walraven steps on the bag, throws to first base. Safe, they say. They say the first baseman did not maintain contact with the bag. That was Kosinski. Kosinski kind of disagrees with the call, but it is not a double play. And the inning continues. That would have been an inning ender had Kosinski's foot maintained contact with the bag. Of course, the manager of Worcester disagrees with the call and is out there. Tad Skelly is talking to the umpire, and I don't think he's going to win that argument with that umpire, but the base umpire might be a different story. Let's see. I mean, the home plate umpire. Is going to concur with the base umpire. I'm sure we would have seen the out call from the home plate umpire and the base umpire if they had thought differently from each other there. Instead, man on first and 1 out. A fielder's choice for Maduri as Thomas Joyce is retired by the shortstop stepping on the bag. Ground ball to the shortstop again, and the throw to first base just in time. Good decision by Tom Walraven, as I don't think the flip would have even gotten the speedy Maduri at second base. So
Hey parents, if your kids are getting restless, take them down to our
4 up and 4 down, 2 straight innings for the Silver Knights. They leave a runner on base, and we go to the top of the third, scoreless here at Holman.
Some energy off before bedtime. Leading off for the Bravehearts from
To the top of the third we go. You might have seen Scott Zolak throwing passes to one of the Silver Knights in right field between innings. That was Dylan Stimpson from Fairfield, Connecticut, that had a memorable moment there with the former NFL quarterback Scott Zolak catching some nice passes in right field. One of the members of the pitching staff of the Silver Knights. pretty good target at 6'4" as well for Zoe. So quick 2-0 count here as James Muse works to the 7-hitter, Nick Santucci. He spins away from an inside pitch, and Muse in danger of putting the first base runner aboard of the game for him as he retired the side in order in the first and second innings. The 3-0. That's a strike. Looked like he took a lot off to make sure he got that over the plate. He might even do that again. That almost looked like a changeup from Muse. That one's an inch outside, a little bit further outside than the one before it. So it is a walk, 5-pitch walk, for Nick Santucci.
Baseman number 14, Brian Hart.
Brian Hart to the plate now. So the Bravehearts with their first base runner. It is a scoreless game here in the top of the third. Brian Hart batting 188 on the young season, has played in 5 games prior to this and is 3 for 16. The pitch. Takes it down and in, ball 1. Brian Hart is from Franklin, Massachusetts, and plays for Bryant University. You gonna get him on? Okay. Throw to the short. Nice play in the hole by the shortstop. Kyle Bonicki gets the one, the lead batter at second base.
Petersburg, second baseman number 5, Dante Riccardi.
Ice cold beer here.
So 1 out, 1 on for the Bravehearts. And down to the bottom of the order, Dante Ricciardi, the second baseman, batting for the first time tonight. Ricciardi batting .227, 5 for 22 on the season so far. Still looking for his first extra base hit. Fouls that one over the backstop screen. 0-1 is the count. James Muse has allowed a base runner, but that's it so far here. Top of the third with 1 out. Checking in on the runner at first base, Brian Hart. Bravehearts would go back to the top of the order. On deck is Johnson. That's fouled off to the left as well.
Official Silver Knights
2 strikes on the batter.
For $1 at our souvenir kiosk.
Let's see what Muse comes up with here on 0-2. The runner does not go. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So chasing one in the dirt was Ricciardi. That's strikeout number 4 on this game for James Muse. And back to the top of the order, Trevor Johnson, who flied out to left field on the first pitch to begin the game. Johnson from Rye, New York, and Dartmouth. The runner does go. He got a pretty good jump, the quick tag, but he is just in there safely at second. So good bid by Janig, the catcher, but just a tad late. And Brian Hart steals second base. Checks his swing, but he went around, so that's going to be strike 2 on the batter. 0-2 is the count. There is a runner in scoring position for the Bravehearts, but Muse 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning unscathed here. Let's see. They play Johnson straight away at all positions. Tyrese pretty deep in left for a leadoff batter. He's almost on the track. Strike 3 call. Looked like maybe a changeup or a breaking ball froze Johnson, and that's strikeout number 5 on the game for James Muse, who gets out of the inning. So we go to the bottom of the third. No score. The Silver Knights coming to bat. Is he doing PA? Is Scott doing PA? Can he come on? Can he do radio with us? actually it's YouTube. And Scott, John Collins, nice to meet you. Nice to see you.
For the ball challenge.
Yeah.
First thing they're going to do, put the soccer
Yeah.
ball between their legs. Next,
Yeah.
they're going to jump
Well, this is a pleasure for me. I'm a huge Patriots fan. Who isn't? Yeah, grew up in Boston.
They're going to grab the rackets,
Steve Grogan.
balance the balloon.
Are we
One of
live
my
now?
idols. One of my idols, Steve Grogan.
First one next.
You were pretty good.
Are we live?
We're live, yeah.
So don't swear, whatever you do.
No, exactly, yeah.
All
We're
right.
live on YouTube, and then they play it back on
There
Nashua
you go.
cable forever.
Yeah, nice.
So you'll be immortalized as if you weren't already.
That's great. I love
So,
Nashua.
yeah. Have you been here much?
Yeah, I come up here to get my fireworks.
Oh, nice.
It's a nice place. Amherst Fireworks, I think. Yeah, we'll give a quick pub there.
When I heard you were coming, and we usually have the special guest to come on with us, and I said, wow, he's kind of shy, though. I don't know about him.
Oh, me? Hell no. No,
No
it's
way.
great. It's fun talking to all the kids. And
Oh, yeah.
of course, I got a daughter that's going to be 18 this year looking for college. And a lot of these kids are college kids. You see
Oh,
kids
yeah.
from Assumption.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
You were
Oklahoma.
throwing
Yeah.
to Dylan Stimson out there. How was he?
He's a cocky sucker, man.
Is
You know,
he
I would say-
really?
No.
He was a pretty good
Great kid.
Yeah.
But all the other guys are busting his you-know-whats out there.
Oh, yeah.
Saying, oh, look at him. He's not even going to play today.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I may pitch, you never know.
Right?
So, yeah, he's a good
Yeah.
kid. Good kid.
He's
A lot of good
6'4".
kids
That's
here.
a pretty good target.
A lot of these kids
Yeah.
are bigger than I thought. You get further
Oh,
away
yeah.
from them, and they don't
Especially
look
the
that big.
pitchers. It's almost like you have to be over 6 feet to be a good pitcher these
And
days.
I think that's the going rate now, right?
Yeah.
6'4", 6'5". You
Yeah,
look at what the Red
exactly.
Sox got with Chris Sale and company. Of course, David Price, as big as
Yeah.
he is, we want him to be doing a little bit better, though.
Now, I got to believe that you pitched baseball at some point
I
in your
did,
life.
yeah.
Yeah.
I played up through high school, and then once
For
I
who?
started, just a bunch of Legion teams and that.
Okay.
Of course,
And
my high school.
Where
and
did you
then,
grow up?
Pittsburgh, PA.
Oh, pardon my ignorance. Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
Wow.
So my dad shut me down because I was one of the
Quarterback
top
Mecca.
two kids coming out.
Yeah.
You know, it's good. So
Sure.
For football in the States.
So
he's
did
like,
you want to play for the Steelers?
No more. Yeah, of course you
You've
did.
been asked that question a million times.
I've had,
of course, yeah.
we had season tickets growing up, and then my dad and I would go down and scalp tickets and try and buy them off scalpers just to get into some games.
So Terry Bradshaw
Terry
was
Bradshaw,
your guy?
I went through the Bradshaw years.
Yeah.
Joe Montana went to my high school. My dad coached Joe, so I was 7
wow.
at the time. So I was a little ball boy. You see some of these kids running around here.
Wow.
You never know when these kids could catch on. You know,
Sure.
And end up being the next guy.
Yeah.
But that's the fun part covering Brady now.
Yeah.
Is the comparisons you get between him and Montana.
Right. Well, you know, Brady is renowned for keeping himself in great shape at
Yeah.
an advancing age. You don't have any issues, though, huh? You have no rotator cuff issues or
I
anything?
have none. No,
That's
no,
great.
none at all. I can
Yeah.
still throw and
Still wing it?
Hey, I'm going to be 50 this year, and I can still throw
50
it.
this year,
Problem
huh?
is, I got to keep me upright. That's the only thing. I don't
Is that
think
during the football season, 50, or when is your birthday?
Yeah, it's in December.
Oh,
So
cool.
it's going to be good. I think we're actually
Wow.
on the road.
Yeah?
I actually think we're in Pittsburgh that week. I think it's December
That's
17th.
fun. Wow,
Yeah,
you still
we're in
got
Pittsburgh.
family there at all?
I do. Got a lot of aunts and uncles. My parents are down in Florida now, but yeah, it's a lot of fun.
We are talking to Scott Zolak on Zolak night here at Historic Holman Stadium. Cam Cruz is the batter. One guy I couldn't get to come on with us is Jim Rice on Jim Rice night.
They wouldn't do it.
Well, actually, I don't know if we pitched him on it
Nah,
enough.
you know what? He probably
we
did it. He's
he
a
probably had done it. He would have
cranky.
done it if I got him up here.
Cranky guy.
Yeah, he's
Jim's very in demand.
he is in
For the
demand,
baseball
yeah,
aspect.
yeah.
And he's a hell of a golfer. I played a
Is
lot
he
of golf.
really?
I played a lot
Yeah.
of golf tournaments with
He
him.
kind of takes it serious, right?
Ooh.
You watching the U.S. Open right now? We okay?
Yeah, someone
Nobody
took
got
one
hurt?
almost up there.
Oh, yeah,
There's
yeah.
one lady sitting up there in the right back corner seats up there down the first baseline, and it almost got her up against the brick wall.
See, that's the double-edged sword about watching a game at Holman Stadium. There's not a bad seat in the house, but you got to keep on your toes because you don't know.
Now, you do a lot of play-by-play, huh?
Yeah.
So what would you have done in the Super Bowl if we were down 25? You'd have melded in, right?
Oh, man.
You know how hard that was for me and my guy? You know,
I'm
we're sitting
sure,
there,
man.
17
Yeah.
minutes left.
Yeah.
You know, you're thinking, okay, they're only down 21-3. Then it goes 28-3. No chance, right? I'd have dead to rights, man.
Well, you know what we do?
And then
it's-
you go out and
it's-
you have the out-of-body experience because
Oh,
you don't
true.
believe what you're seeing.
Yeah,
Or what
yeah.
you're calling.
Well, we always try to hold an audience and hold out that hope. Even we'll say it even though we don't believe
Yeah.
it. That's where I would have been at.
And it's, I thought we did a fantastic job in the third, fourth describing what was happening and
Yeah.
as the excitement was building.
Yeah.
And then you watch it on the 3 games, the Glory DVD. There's a lot of our calls on there, but
They used it, right? They used a
they've
lot
used
of
a
your
lot
stuff.
of it.
Yeah.
I've been calling
Yeah.
games for 6 years, and there's a nice shot to left.
That might find, no, it's going to find the glove of the left fielder for the Bravehearts. Nick Stantucci did a good job to get over there. So 2 up and 2 down for the Silver Knights.
Thought that was falling in.
And it's this 2-hitter, Cam Cook, who came into the game batting .450. Did you hit too? Did you like hitting the baseball?
I couldn't hit a lick.
No.
No.
Oh.
Slow bat speed, all that stuff.
Yeah, it takes a long
Hey,
time.
when you're a pitcher, you rarely hit.
True, yeah. There's these phenoms now coming up. I understand there's a couple of them that are setting the world on fire, these college draft picks. But so
That'll
the
change.
Patriots season, right?
Yeah.
How I got to say, I tell my kids this too. My son's now 16. Grew up with nobody but Tom Brady as quarterback. And I was telling him, because I went through the Larry Bird years at the Celtics. You will never.
I'll never see
It'll
anything
never
like
be this good again. And it's just once in a lifetime type of run they're on. But how fun it is to go into a season knowing that Belichick and Brady are still there and calling the shots.
It's because we're in it again. And I got buddies across the league. My buddy Frank Wycheck does the games for the Titans. Ishmael down at Baltimore. They don't ever know if they're going to be in. They're glad to be in the playoffs. I've been calling games for 6 years. I've called 6 straight AFC championship games.
Oh, my gosh.
And we've gone to 3 Super Bowls during that time.
Right.
So in my 6 years of calling games, we've been to 3 Super Bowls.
There's a ground ball to the second baseman. He's going to make the play. So 3 up, 3 down for the Silver Knights here in the third inning. We're scoreless after 1/3 of this one, and we're very pleased to have Scott Zolak with us between innings. If you get pulled away, that's fine. I know you got a lot to do tonight.
No, we're good.
We good?
We're good.
Right now? Next half inning? Okay, great.
Yeah, and we're the favorites again this year. So it's
Definitely, right?
If everything falls in place, should be going to Minnesota. Not a great place for a Super Bowl, but we're not going to complain.
I got to say, maybe basketball is the same way, but the preseason predictions in football are
preseason's about keeping health,
isn't it?
Avoiding the major injury. The guy's leg that gets rolled up or receiver that misses time.
Right.
Best thing they have, it's like they won without Gronkowski. They got Gronkowski coming back. They had Brandon Cooks.
Yeah.
They've got 7 running backs. They only keep 4.
Wow.
I mean, Deion Lewis. James
Somebody
White.
that's really good is going to get cut
James
loose.
White Gillisley from Buffalo. You got Burkhead from Cincinnati.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're going to do with them all.
Yeah,
really
Burkhead, he's like a sleeper. I think he's a really smart
He's
player.
got good hands. They'll play him in a slot. McDaniel's going to dupe him with multiple sets. We'll go 3 back, 4 wide, 5 wide, 3 tight ends, and it's a mismatch nightmare for defenses.
And speaking of invaluable assets, you've got to protect that voice. You've been going hard.
Raspy, man. It's what it's 4 hours a day. It wears on you. Then I got 3 kids that I scream at all damn weekend.
Right.
Yeah.
I used to have a talk show, and I remember there was some end of the weeks where you'd be the voice, But we love it though as fans. We love it when you go crazy.
I lost at Seattle Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So Super Bowl 49. I lost it at the end of that one, but it was a long week, and then we're out there on Radio Row for 6 hours. It's
how about this?
They tell you drink scotch and smoke cigarettes, of which I do neither.
Well, that'll make it
what it
even
is.
more raspy. Yeah. But tell me this: after the Seattle Super Bowl, if I told you there was going to be a Super Bowl that would top that for drama, it would be hard to believe.
Yeah, I mean, I still like the Seattle Super Bowl because of the opponent. Atlanta was a tough opponent to build up. It was a tough. It was a tough week leading into it because there wasn't any storylines. Is Matt Ryan good or isn't he good? You kind of knew what their coach was, but you didn't. He's Seattle's defensive coordinator from 2 years ago.
Why
Seattle was so good?
Yeah.
Seattle was loaded.
Richard Sherman, number 1, right?
You're down 10 in the fourth to that defense. Brady was getting the hell kicked out of him.
He was.
The run game was out. There was no option. That whole year, that build-up, that divisional game against Baltimore, down twice by 14, come back both times. That was a special year. Boy, these games move fast.
Yeah, it is going fast because there's great pitching. James Muse gets the first Braveheart batter, and that was Thomas Walraven that flied out to center field. So 1 up, 1 down here in the top of the 4th.
You have any input with the Red Sox to sort of pick up pace of play in games to tell them to do this stuff that we're witnessing here?
Well, you know what they do really well here at Silver Knights games? They're ready to go right after the half inning productions and
there's no him-hawing in between innings.
No, the batter's ready and they just go.
You dig in and you go.
They have it really down to a science. And also what tonight there's been very few pitcher-catcher conferences. Jerry Remy's been making this point on the Nesson broadcast, and I agree with it. They should say 1 pitcher-catcher conference per inning, not 3 or 4.
That old translation thing I thought got blown out of proportion.
It did, yeah.
Especially with the amount of
because he's talking about
Asian pitchers that the Red Sox have had.
And
Jerry's called games here with going back to Daisuke, Tazawa, all the guys they've had through here.
Yep. Well, he's old school, but he's also thinking about competitive advantage.
No,
I mean,
that's
my
do we
interpretation.
need this, right?
Yeah, I mean, because
you mean to tell me we can't go out there.
You can't send two coaches out to the mound,
right?
It's either the pitching coach or the manager.
Sure.
At least I don't think you can. I mean, maybe somebody will try it.
Well, that rule's changed. That's the problem.
Yeah.
First baseman number 43.
So there's a walk issued by Muse, one of the few that he has given up. What's the next Patriots-related thing that you have to do?
We got camp on 27th of July kicks off, so we'll do all access that day with Coach. And
22nd of July.
27th.
27th,
I think it's a Thursday.
Yeah, the end of the month.
And then Ray Claiborne gets inducted, I think that following weekend.
Deserved?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know much about Ray. Didn't play with Ray.
You didn't play. He's
before
you.
my time.
Right. I liked watching him play, too. It's an exciting time of year, though, for us baseball and football fans. One of Scott's fans came up to see him, and that hit the batter. Down and in, so a
lean
walk
into it, Dorn.
And a hit by pitch.
That's right.
You know, as a kid, we used to play touch football a lot, and I wanted to play for the Patriots, and I'm like Edelman size, And I tell my son, I was Wes Welker before there was Wes Welker.
Yeah,
but I wouldn't go down to Foxborough because Jack Tatum would have taken me out.
That was a
know
different
what I mean?
time then. You could hit those heads.
Oh
right.
man, he could go after people, and
a couple of headshots.
Yeah, they even get concussed these days, though, with all the great rules they have. I mean, Wes Edelman he amazes me. His toughness, his focus is off the charts, and that catch he made in the Super Bowl was just the epitome of Julian Edelman.
Yeah, that gets it going. I mean, that's you don't make that catch. And
yeah.
It's funny how those plays. The David Tyree play happened against us, and then same thing with Seattle. And it's nice to see Edelman make a play like that. Got him.
Nicky to Williams to the first baseman, Sullivan, and that's nicely turned.
Great talking. Thank you very much. Thanks for
coming on.
Scott
Zolak of the New England Patriots joining us here on NashuaETV. To the bottom of the fourth inning we go, and the Silver Knights need some runs. It's officially a pitcher's duel here at Holman Stadium. Billy DeVito for the Bravehearts and James Muse for the Silver Knights have been fantastic on the mound for both teams. They have been cruising along. The game has only one hit. That belongs to the Silver Knights as they bat here in the bottom of the fourth inning of a scoreless game. Ball gets away from DeVito on the return from the catcher. Silver Knights versus the Bravehearts from Worcester. And the Silver Knights wearing their U.S. Olympic team uniforms with the USA across the chest. Great star-spangled theme. There's a pitch that misses low and away, so good take there. Kyle Bonicki. Line drive, left field, base hit, and it's cut off in deep left, and Bonicki thinks twice about going to second, though he probably would have been safe. A long throw by left fielder Nick Santucci did a great job of cutting that off and holding Bonicki to a single. Ryan Sullivan walked his first time up. No, he struck out looking, excuse me. That was Kyle Bonicki. Kyle Bonicki has walked and singled now in 2 trips to the plate. Sullivan got caught looking at a curveball on the inside corner last time as DeVito promptly paints with the fastball outside this time. Lights on now at Holman here. Saturday evening, June 17. 6 o'clock start, but it was overcast all day, and so it makes it feel like the sun is setting a bit earlier, even though it's only a few minutes before 7 p.m. tonight. Sullivan finds himself down in the count 0-2. DeVito with pinpoint control has hit the outside corner fastball and the curveball as he checks in on Bonicki at first base. In command out there is Billy DeVito. Pretty good mound presence, keeping the runners close And the batter's behind in the count in a scoreless game, a pitcher's duel between DeVito and James Muse. Ryan Sullivan had a prodigious hack at that. He was not fooled by the breaking ball, and he just fouled it off to the right. There is a giant hole in right center field for Sullivan, who is more than capable of hitting the ball to the wall. It's almost like the right fielder, DeMarco, is playing him like a left-handed pull hitter. Meanwhile, the center fielder, Johnson, is straight away, and Sullivan gets struck out for the second time tonight. Mighty cut, but there's one out.
Now batting from Assumption College, catcher number 23, Andrew Janey.
So one out. Banicki goes pop up right field. Banicki's going to have to get back there as the right fielder's got it lined up. DeMarco catches it. And it's 2 outs here in the fourth. First pitch swinging was Andrew Janey.
College designated hitter number 24, Thomas Joyce.
Thomas Joyce drew a walk his first time up. Billy DeVito has pitched very well, but has walked on the wild side a little bit with a walk in each inning. Base on balls in the first and second, and here in the fourth inning. Mixed around 1, 2, 3 inning in the third inning. So he did not walk anybody in the third. The Silver Knights have left base runners aboard. 2 outs, and it's up to Thomas Joyce. Fouls off the first one. That one is way up and away. Good job by Koffel coming out of his crouch to snag that one before he could go to the backstop. 1 ball and 1 strike to count on Joyce. Banicki was off with the pitch during the Janig at bat. The first pitch. Bravehearts dugout is yelling at the umpire right now from 65 feet away, and the umpire not really appreciating it. It's easy to hear them arguing the balls and strikes. There goes Banicki. It's almost like a pitch out, a 1-hop throw, and he is going to be out at second base. Again, Koffel cuts down his man, and that will end the inning. Banicki caught stealing. We go to the top of the fifth. Scoreless here at Holman Stadium. Live on YouTube on a Saturday, June 17.
Again, that's 6-3-3-3-901. Number 18, Pat DeMarco.
Pat DeMarco draws leadoff duty for the Bravehearts here in the top of the fifth inning. We are scoreless in a pitcher's duel. James Muse getting set to face DeMarco, who grounded out back to him, back to the pitcher his first time up. Coming right after the hitter, Muse fires a fastball over the outer half of the plate. 0-1 is the count on DeMarco. Curveball, and he fights it off. 2 strikes on the hitter. Silver Knights with a nicely turned double play to end the fourth inning. Joyce wastes one high for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the leadoff hitter here in the fifth. Bravehearts versus the Silver Knights. Strike 3 called with the bat on his shoulder. Joyce will turn around and walk back to the dugout.
Now batting from Rollins College, left fielder number 20, Nick Santucci.
Makes that DeMarco, I'm sorry. That was DeMarco for the Bravehearts that was struck out looking. Santucci with 1 out and nobody on board.
Thomas Joyce was at the plate when Kyle Banicki got caught stealing to end the bottom of the 4th inning. So Joyce will be back up there to bat lead off in the 5th inning for the Silver Knights. Once they get 3 outs here. 2 balls, 1 strike on number 20 for the Bravehearts, Nick Sanducci, who's played a quality left field for the Bravehearts in this game. Notably, when he held Banicki to a single last inning, Banicki ended up making the 3rd out, getting caught stealing, trying to make it to second base. In hindsight, he would have probably made it. Strike swings right through that pitch. Muse in control right now of this game. However, it is a 3-2 count. Let's see what he comes up on the payoff pitch, and he misses low and away. So another walk. Muse upset with himself as he snaps at the return throw.
From Bryant University, 3rd baseman number 14, Brian Hart.
Muse has issued only 2 walks in this game, and they were both to Nick Santucci, who's on a board at first base with 1 out, and Brian Hart, who grounded into a fielder's choice his first time up. Breaking ball finds the inner corner. 0-1 on Brian Hart. .6'2", 195-pounder from Bryant University. As Santucci dives back into the base. The leading base stealer for the Bravehearts is Trevor Johnson, the leadoff batter in the order. He has 6. Santucci has 1. Fouled back over the screen, and it lands harmlessly for a couple youngsters to go after. Oh, 0-2 is the count. 1 out, runner at first. Let's see if he takes off. Nope. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Another strikeout for James Muse.
Now batting from St.
Hart took a mighty cut.
Number 5, Dante Riccardi.
Seven strikeouts in the game for James Muse. One of those strikeout victims was Dante Riccardi in the 3rd inning. Big swing and a miss. The Bravehearts have had only 2 base runners, and they both got on base via the walk. Breaking ball misses down and in. 1-1 is the count on Dante Riccardi, the same last name as the former GM of the Toronto Blue Jays. And they picked him off first base. Great move by Muse. Sullivan applies the tag, and they may have caught Santucci napping a bit. So Muse faces the minimum number of batters on the pickoff, 1-3. To the bottom of the 5th we go, 0-0 here at Holman Stadium. The Silver Knights and the Bravehearts in a pitcher's duel. Who will score first? We are live on Nashua Channel 99 and our NashuaETV YouTube channels. To the bottom of the 5th inning we go, and leading off for the Silver Knights,
number 24, Thomas Joyce.
the DH for the Silver Knights, Thomas Joyce, was at the plate when the Silver Knights also made the last out of an inning on the bases. Kyle Banicki got caught stealing, so Joyce is back up there with nobody on and nobody out here. Bottom 5 in a scoreless game. Billy DeVito kicks and throws, strike 1. Bell-tie fastball over the outer corner. Worcester, no runs, no hits, no errors. The Silver Knights, no runs, 2 hits, no errors. hits by Cam Cook and Kyle Bonicki, both singles. Foul tipped into the mid. 1-2 is the count on Joyce. Needs to get on base, and the Silver Knights looking for the game's first run. Checks his swing, and he knew he went around. The umpire calls it a swing. And to complete the strikeout, Koffel throws the ball down to first base
Binghamton University, right fielder number
to
38,
Craig
Anthony
Kaczynski, and
Maduri.
1 out here in the 5th. Anthony Maduri, the Silver Knights right fielder, reached on a fielder's choice his first time up. DeVito kicks and throws, bunting. Maduri is going to make it. Nice job by Anthony Maduri. Just enough speed and enough element of surprise to catch the Bravehearts napping. Nicely done. Third hit of the game for the Silver Knights is a bunt single. And now here's Luke Tyree, who grounded out to the shortstop in the second inning. Up for the second at bat of the game for Luke. Playing left field tonight for the Silver Knights. Swings through the first one. 0-1. Luke entered the game with a .333 batting average, 10 for 30. He does have a home run. Throw over to first base, back safely is Maduri, who showed off his speed on that bunt single. So of course DeVito's thinking that he is a threat to steal. The 0-1 pitch on the way. Strike 2, throw down to first. Good bid by Koffel. A scoop tag by Kaczynski, but back safely was Anthony Maduri, who does not yet have a stolen base or a stolen base attempt. 0-2. Check swing, and he went around, so it is strike 3. Upset with himself is Tyree. Bob Bates is in the house.
From Eastern Michigan University, center fielder number 8, Cam Cruz.
So just over an hour played, and we're in the bottom of the 5th, and this game is moving right along. A 6:05 start. It's only 7:08 right now. And credit these pitchers. Billy DeVito does have a base runner, Anthony Maduri, to worry about. But Maduri is going. He stumbled out of the gate, throw to second base, and safe. It almost looked like and there the manager for the Worcester Bravehearts did not appreciate the double pump on the outer safe call. The umpire's right hand started to come up, then he changed his mind, something to do with the tag, and the Worcester manager, who doesn't have the luxury of video replay here in the FCBL, is just going to give the umpire an earful, but I doubt it's going to change the call at all. There will be a discussion, however. There was a discussion also at the end of last inning when the pickoff occurred at first base, when James Muse picked off Nick Santucci. Ted Skelly, the Bravehearts manager, also went out and had a discussion with the very same base umpire, and similarly leaving the field dissatisfied here. The Silver Knights have a runner in scoring position. This opportunity has been rare tonight. Nobody's made it to third base at all. The bases are blue, white, and red as you look around, painted here in the Star Spangled theme night. 1 ball and no strikes, meanwhile, is the count on Cam Cruz. 2 outs by way of the strikeout, sandwiched around an Anthony Maduri bunt single and steal of second. No easy task against Brett Koffel, the fine catcher for the Bravehearts. The 2-0 pitch now to Cam Cruz, swings through it. 2-1. RBI opportunity here, but the pressure is on Cruz with 2 outs. Camp Cruz entering the game at 167, 6-4, 36. Swings through that one. 2-2. Billy DeVito, a confident-looking pitcher out there right now, despite the runner in scoring position in a scoreless game. He has had tremendous command of all of his pitches tonight. 2 outs. The 2-2 pitch on the way. Strike 3. Inning over. Silver Knights leave a runner in scoring position, and it's all zeros still up on the scoreboard as we go to the top of the 6th. Worcester 0. The Silver Knights 0 here at Holman. Stay with us on NashuaETV.
Okay, fans, it's time for tic-tac-toe.
So to the top of the 6th we go in a scoreless game, 0-0. I want to thank Bob Bates for calling Tuesday's Education Day game here for the Silver Knights at Holman Stadium. That was a sweltering game, I understand, Bob.
Yes, it was a little bit steamy in here for that
and you were
game.
just filling me in on the benches clearing incident that I missed.
That ended
so
up.
So was from your retelling of it to me about the Navigators catcher colliding with one of the Silver Knights players. Actually, you said the Silver Knights player initiated the contact.
And
coming home on his play at the plate.
It was confusing for a while. He bowled over. Let's see, it was Ted Williams. Had come in from was coming in from third base.
Ted Williams started the fight. That should have been the lead in the Boston TV sports section.
and he bowled over the Navigators catcher and tagged the plate, and he was initially called safe.
Oh, but then we realized we aren't allowing collisions anymore, right?
Janai, you got to slide.
Was the ball waiting for him?
No.
Was the ball already in the catcher's glove?
Nope.
Oh.
Yeah, and that's what made it dicey for a lot of the.
Because the argument is, what's
fans.
The catcher doing in the baseline, right?
Could have been catcher interference just as easily.
Just as easily. So we lost the argument.
We lost the argument.
Were there any punches thrown?
I don't think so.
And
I
Ryan
didn't
Sullivan
see any.
was a peacemaker?
Ryan Sullivan came in and
sack bunt, and Cruz will go to first base. So, Cam Cook will go to first base. So a successful sacrifice for the Bravehearts, and they have their first runner in scoring position. So 3 walks in the game. That's been a bugaboo for James Muse. Sacrifice is successful. 1 out. Runner at second base is Dante Ricciardi. Trevor Johnson executing the successful sack bunt. And here's Thomas Walraven, who has struck out looking and flied to center in 2 at-bats tonight against this James Muse fellow who's been doing fantastic for the home team, Silver Knights. That one is a bit of chin music there for Walraven.
Yes, indeed.
So you stayed hydrated Tuesday, did you? It was like 90-something?
Oh, yes, I was chugging, but I had to stick to water, unfortunately, at that time of day.
Well, yeah, I hope, I'm sure Pete told you about it ahead of time, so he didn't have to pull you out of the concession stand to get you up here.
Yeah, this was the second time that I had filled in for you. The first time, he had given me about a 2.5 hour notice.
Okay.
And I came up here panicked.
Okay, yeah.
and it took me about 5 innings to get over it.
The Silver Knights, how about this pre-made scorecards? I mean, you can't beat it, And
I had brought up my own. I'd made up my own and brought up my own.
And greatly, yeah.
But
it's going to be to right field, not all that deep, drifting back to make the play for the Silver Knights. And tagging up and going to third base with 2 outs now. Nice catch made out there by Midori. So a strike, a walk, a sacrifice, a fly out, and runner at third base and 2 outs. And here is the best opportunity for maybe either team in this game. You have a 467 hitter in, oh, actually 450 hitter, Joseph Keiko, up there.
When you get up in that altitude, it doesn't make much difference.
It doesn't make, yeah, so he's a 3 hitter in the order for the Bravehearts. I spoke too soon about Kosinski's on deck. The league's leading hitter is on deck. So I think Muse definitely wants to get, let's see what Keiko is hitting coming in. 356, not 450, 350. Pretty good though. Yeah, but he swings through that one. It's 1-1. And he's a lefty batter. So you just circle what you want, Bob. So there's a curveball up.
Peace.
2 balls and 1 strike to the dangerous Joseph Keiko, who enters the game with 14 runs batted in. That's a lot of RBIs in only 12 games. 2-2 now the count on the designated hitter for the Bravehearts. The lead run, which would be the only run scored in this game, is only 90 feet away in the person of Dante Ricciardi.
Biggest threat they've had tonight for either team.
Yes, the first time we've seen a runner at third.
Really?
And late on the swing, fastball, one of the best fastballs of the night from Muse, but he just couldn't sneak the cheese by the rat, as they used to say when Barry Bonds was having his record-breaking 2001 season. Fists one. This is going to be a tough play in the hole. Long throw. Not in time. It's an infield single. It's the first hit of the game and the first run of the game. An infield single. A very difficult play for Kyle Banicki, and maybe if he had made a perfect throw, probably would have got the runner. But from the outfield
even then,
grass,
I don't think so.
No, it would have been very close. I'll tell you what.
Close, that's for sure. But
you know, it would have been something else if Banicki had made a good throw and it was a close play and he got called out. How fast do you think the Worcester manager would have been out of the dugout? That might have been it. That might have been it for
streaking
Tad
out
Skelly
there, that's for sure.
If Banicki nipped the runner at first base.
Oh dear, I'm not sure I'm going to like this role as a color man here. Right? This is
tough question.
It is. Well, it's tough, you know. For an old PA announcer here, I'm used to announcing a batter and shutting up for a while.
No opinions. Here's Kosinski, who is a threat. He's got some extra base hits mixed in with all those the hits he got for his 467 average. 3 home runs from this guy, Greg Kosinski, so far, and 2 doubles.
Doesn't look like he's big enough to power it up.
True, I know. He's like an Andrew Benintendi type.
Yes.
Tell you what, they have a lot of good batters on this Silver Knights team, but Mickey from last season. Can you help me out?
Gasper?
Gasper.
Yes.
He was like a Wade Boggs type of batter.
Yes.
The at-bats, the games he used to put together, the batting average.
Yep.
You know,
spray the ball around.
He wasn't the hugest guy, but man, he had some power. That one's hit very high to right field. Doesn't have enough distance to get out of here, but Banicki showing off that swing. Kosinski showing off that swing a little bit, flies out to right. But the Bravehearts get the all-important first run here in this pitcher's duel. Billy DeVito has been fantastic. It looks like DeVito's out of the game. I'm seeing a new young man try. Oh, is that DeVito still?
37.
37? No, it's still DeVito. I misspoke. Billy DeVito has a lead for the first time in this game as he trots out to the mound. See if he can protect it as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. 1-0. The Silver Knights trail for the first time tonight here on NashuaETV. So Billy DeVito working into the bottom of the 6th inning. First pitch swinging. Williams grounds out to first base. And we have 1 up, 1 pitch, 1 down here in the 6th inning.
Now batting third baseman, number 17, Cam Cook.
Cam Cook has one of the Silver Knights' 3 hits in this game. Came into the contest batting .450. Takes a strike from Billy DeVito, working quickly as he has all night. Koffel scoops that one and throws it back to the mound. And the 1-1 on the way. That hits the inside corner, 2-1. I believe this meets the definition of pitcher's duel, Tom.
This meets the definition of rotating analyst for tonight, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
Am I the 4th or 5th one to come in here?
I feel the test there, Tommy.
Line drive is caught in the air. The shortstop, Walraven, diving to get that before it bounced. He might have been able to still get the batter on a short hop, but makes the diving play.
Well, John, in the last, what are we, the 6th?
Yes, bottom of the
last
6th.
23 plus innings at Holman.
Not counting the Martha's
Not
Vineyard
counting
game
the
last
Friday
night,
night game where they scored 10.
I understand the balls were flying
At
out of the
Holman,
yard.
they scored 1 run in 23 innings. 23 plus.
Yikes.
So they've seen some good pitching here. What is Zolak's head about the size of his counter? Just these headsets.
Well, Bob had him on. Bob Bates just had him. I don't want to throw him under the bus, but.
Oh, why not? I think
ground ball back to the pitcher. DeVito's going to have a 1-2-3 inning.
I think he took the foul ball off the leg the other day.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
So go to the top of the 7th. 1-0. The Bravehearts lead it behind a commanding performance so far by Bravehearts starting pitcher Billy DeVito.
Well, that ball deep in the hole in shortstop, but he couldn't do much with it, you know.
The first hit of the game, too. First run of the game.
Yep.
After the sacrifice fly and the tag up. That was textbook baseball,
tag
small
up
ball.
At third. Well, I mean, the guy who's managing his team is a good small ball coach. That's JP Pine. You know, he coached a Daniel Webster team that I don't think hit a home run one year that they won the NECC until the conference tournament. It was that, so he had to do it without power.
Yep.
So he knows how to do it.
Onto the jerseys. Come on, buddy, you got it. And he's off to the pitch.
New pitcher coming in now.
Still having some trouble
A
with
lefty.
the jersey. Let's cheer him on, guys.
So a great start by James Muse.
Yeah,
He's on the hook for the loss, but
his best start of the season, and he doesn't have a win to show for it.
No.
It's unfortunate.
hard luck situation for Muse.
You know who is in the ballpark tonight? You know who's in the
besides
ballpark
Scott
tonight?
Zolak?
Besides Scott Zolak,
Yeah.
besides Mets assistant GM JP Ricciardi.
Yeah.
All right.
All the way back
Yeah.
to me. We got
Does the
our
name
winner.
Ed Riley
Let's hear it
ring a
from
bell
both
to
of them.
you?
Come on, let's hear it.
Ed Riley.
Ed Riley, does it mean anything to me?
Does it ring a bell?
It does ring a bell.
Any Nashua Pride fans listening? Ed Riley was one of their ace for one of those years.
Oh.
He was the guy who pitched for the Pride, and his day job was at the Shrewsbury, I believe. If
Was
I'm
it
not
back
mistaken,
in 2000?
If I'm not mistaken, yes. If I'm not mistaken, and even before then, I think, or no, just after that, 2000 and a couple of years after. If I'm not mistaken, Ed Riley I don't know if he still is,
Yeah.
but he may have been a guard. I mean, he's probably moved up the food chain now since he's been in the system for a while. But he may have been a guard at the same prison, obviously 20 years later, that Aaron Hernandez was at.
Wow.
Out in the Shirley, Mass area. If I'm not mistaken, that's where he was.
First pitch swinging, Koffel fouls it into the area over there. So I mentioned JP Ricciardi when Dante was hitting because that's how I knew how to pronounce his name.
Right.
That's his dad?
It's his dad.
Wow.
He was here last year.
Is he here right now?
Let's see. He's probably sitting somewhere right over down here.
So
at least he was. I'm not sure if he's still here.
In 2000, 2003. Was it 2003 or 4? Spring training. High fly to center field. And almost a miscommunication there before it is gloved
by Cam Cruz.
Cam Cruz takes it away from Maduri. I sat at a baseball game, spring training baseball game with Rob Bradford, J.P. Picciardi, and myself. I was tagging along.
Yep.
Tigers against Blue Jays.
When Charlie was the GM of Toronto at the time?
At Lakeland, Florida. He was the GM, and he asked me what I thought of the new uniforms they had. And I don't know, I blurted out they were like funeral gray. I didn't like them. Like funeral. It's like they're kind of funereal gray. And he just nodded his head and was like, you know, I'm sure he was thinking,
yeah, JP is down right down here.
Okay, yeah.
You can't see it because
is he wearing sunglasses? Because
no,
I remember he was wearing sunglasses when I met him.
A couple of fans have blocked it out.
Yeah.
This is a tough one.
It is a tough one. They're going to give away to the left fielder.
Yeah, smart play. Smart play is coming in was Tyree. Tyree's got the most speed, I think, on this team. And he was able to get there and cover that ground and make that catch. One thing that I've seen is the Nashua, BJ Neverett will run these guys more. He feels he has more speed than he did last year.
Yeah.
But I don't know if this team is as smart a base running team as last year's was.
Oh, right.
Yeah, they get caught a lot. Now, they don't make the dumb mistakes that maybe they were teams made, Silver Knight teams made, 3 or 4 years ago, where you'd see, infield pop up and they'd be running, things like that.
Right.
But they do get caught at second a lot. And of course, you missed the epic play here on Tuesday with the brawl that really didn't end at all. It wasn't much of a brawl, but it was benches emptying. And
yeah, it sounded interesting.
Collision at home plate. You could probably still catch it on YouTube. It's the handiwork of Tim O'Neill.
Nice job, Tim.
What else is he going to shoot? I didn't get it. I was up here because I was just spent. The heat had gotten to me, and I was out there taking some home plate shots.
Tuesday,
and it was the 7th inning, and I usually don't shoot a game that late, so I missed it.
Banicki backed up, but he made the play.
Yeah, nice play by Banicki.
Justin Snyder in relief for the Silver Knights. The lefty gets the job done. A 1-2-3 inning. Couple of fly balls, a ground out. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It is 7th inning stretch time here at Holman, and the Silver Knights need some runs, Tom.
Well, John, I'll tell you, they just have not been able to do much. Martha's Vineyard, the wind must have been carrying out. I remember that ballpark.
Twitter, it sounded like balls were flying out of the yard.
I've been at that ballpark, and that's not an easy park if you think about it, because it's got that sea humidity,
Okay.
And so I don't know how well the balls will carry there. I've been there. I believe they've always had a fence.
Yeah.
So, and it's much more of a facility now than it was when I was first there, when the first year of the league, when I took a trip down there. And then I was there again in the finals when they won the title back in 2014 or 13. But I just think if ball's going to carry, that's the place it's going to carry. It doesn't look like that's that deep of a facility.
Yeah.
Zolak is still hanging around down there. How was he on camera? As good as always, I'm sure.
Yeah, he was great. He was talking. He brought up an interesting thing, which I wish I had thought of earlier, but he was talking about as a play-by-play guy or a broadcaster, what would my tone of voice and attitude and outlook have been at 28-3, down by 25 points in the Super Bowl? And he said, I think he gave himself a little pat in the back, but I think it was deserved about the fact that they, as a broadcast team, they stayed upbeat and didn't get totally caught by surprise by the whole comeback thing, They had not, in other words, he's a real homer anyway.
Oh, that's
as
true.
Announcer.
Yeah, that's just,
he's one of my favorite homer announcers of all time, right after Johnny Most. You know what I mean?
No, he's perfected that role.
Yeah. You know who was another homer that left the Red Sox was Ken Harrelson, with the White Sox, and his famous home run call is one of the most home run calls you've ever had.
Yes.
You can put it on the board. Yes. I mean, he's celebrating the fact that his team scored and your team didn't, or that was what you loved about it.
Oh, he was big with the Red Sox. I heard him and listened to him.
Thank you.
And Harrelson was balls hit hard. He was great. He was great to listen to.
I remember when Jim Rice would hit a no-doubter home run. Ground ball to the right side, slowly hit.
Slow start for Sullivan out of the box.
Yeah. The first batter of the 7th inning is retired on a weak grounder to second. Yeah, he had a home run call Ken Harrelson did for Jim Rice when he hit one over the netting and everything. He would just say, forget it. That's all he would say.
Yep.
2 words really quick. Forget it. And then we'd all watch Jim Rice run around the bases before he would say anything. He would already be in the dugout.
He was good.
He was. I loved it.
Mercy. Oh, mercy.
Mercy. You can forget it. Jim Rice, he just broke that bat with a check swing. You don't see that every day.
And Harrelson also did a year with the Yankees.
He did?
Yes, he did.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Wow.
He did a year with the Yankees, a year or 2.
And just like Pudge Fisk, he found a new home.
Yes,
a new
Chicago,
fan base in Chicago with the White Sox.
But what he did in Chicago, what was different from what happened in Chicago. See, you have to understand something.
He did play-by-play in Chicago.
Well,
after
true.
a while.
Right, he did.
Yeah.
But he also did something else. You have to understand something. When he
became GM.
Yes, exactly.
Oh reason that for a year, right?
I think a year or 2.
Yeah.
The reason that Hawk Harrelson, in fact, what Ken Harrelson did was he fired Tony La Russa.
That's right. Infamous for doing that, right?
But what people don't remember is Harrelson was fired by the Red Sox.
I didn't know he was fired.
By Haywood Sullivan.
Oh.
Sullivan did not like him being critical of team management, which he was at the time. So Harrelson was sent packing.
He got sacked for that.
Harrelson was sent packing for the more affable Bob Montgomery.
Oh, yeah. Nobody
I believe Montgomery was the next one in there.
I think you're right.
You know?
Yeah, Monty. Who did it for like 10 years. Did it for a while.
Right.
And then Jerry Remy after him. So, Tom, we got to give props to the starting pitcher for the Worcester Bravehearts. It was the Nashua starter, James Muse, who was spinning a no-hitter here for a while. But
Billy DeVito.
Even though Billy DeVito's given up 3 hits, he has been in total control of this game.
Well,
strike.
They've gotten cut down on the bases, once or twice already.
That one registered at 91 on the
yeah, well, John, you didn't
here
see
in the 7th
Zach
inning.
Martin.
What was he doing?
From
North Shore?
From no, not North Shore. Who was it? Brockton the other night here. Zach Martin is a freshman, just finished his freshman year at Notre Dame. The head coach at the manager in Brockton is a assistant at Northwestern University, and he was able to get a pipeline, from Notre Dame because it's in the same region.
Yeah.
And he got Jung, who's their cleanup hitter, very good player. In fact, BJ never intentionally walked him the other night to get to the guy who got the game-winning hit. But Martin, also from Notre Dame, pitched 6 innings. That's all, as a freshman.
I think this is Thomas Joyce's brother that's now DHing in the DH spot in his brother's place, Ethan Joyce.
I don't know if they're brothers or not.
No?
No, I don't think
this
so.
Is coincidence?
Ethan's from Exeter.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me look at this. Oh, you're right. That's you
Ethan's
don't see that every day.
Yeah, it's just
One player is batting for another player with the same last name.
Same last name, and they're not related.
And they're not related.
But Martin,
right.
Martin hit 93 on the gun, and John
93. That hits a seat. Unfortunately, not a fan.
Right, 93, and no one could touch him. No one. He walked the bases loaded.
Is he
and
tall?
Pitched his way, yes.
See, that's another thing. When I get this theory, when you are really tall like a Chris Sale and you're throwing 93, 97, it gets up on the batter faster because they're releasing it almost in front of the mound.
In front of the mound, right.
And they're still generating that miles per hour. So
they have that long arm reach.
Yeah, you have even less time to react.
It's probably going to be caught by the right fielder, and it is.
Jogging in a 1-2-3 inning, and the Silver Knights need a run to at least tie this thing up. They do not get it in here in the 7th.
But Martin came in, walked 2, got a strikeout, walked a 3rd, and the bases are loaded.
Yeah.
In a 1-1 game. And he struck out. He had 9 strikeouts in 4 innings.
Wow.
And BJ Everett's quote after the game to me, That guy doesn't belong in this
Their
league.
job is to get their shoes, put them on, and get
So
back
he's a
playing.
guy to watch from Notre Dame, Martin for Brockton. And we were talking about Mickey Gasper earlier, and one of the leagues that you can go to from here if you want to talk about moving up is the Cape Cod League. And I understand that's where Mickey Gasper is going to ply his trade this summer. If you happen to be down the Cape way, you might want to check out the Cape Cod League rosters to relocate Mickey Gasper and take in a game. There is plenty of great action here at Holman Stadium. The Nashua Silver Knights schedule is out, and a lot of great promotions as well. We are doing this live on NashuaETV on June 17, 6:05, and as I look down the schedule, the next game is on the first day of summer, June 21. That's a Wednesday night against the Wachusett Dirt Dogs.
That's a doubleheader. That's going to start at 4.
Really? So to the top of the 8th we go, and it'll be the Bravehearts looking for insurance runs at this point in the game, up 1-0. And as far as we know, Billy DeVito is focused on pitching a complete game, something you just don't see in the FCBL very much. But I got to believe his pitch count is,
don't know
no?
if he's going to go the distance.
No, it depends.
You know,
maybe how
even
he's
if
had
he
a few
even if he had a no-hitter, they wouldn't
No?
have him go the distance. You've got to follow what the college coaches want you to do.
True.
And what they want these guys to do is save innings. Now, with that in mind, following what the college coaches want you to do, the Nashua Silver Knights had a pretty good pitcher who pitched last night, by the way, from Oklahoma, Trevor Munch. Trevor Munch got a call today from his new, soon-to-be new college coach at Oklahoma, who was his pitching coach last year, who said, "You're coming home."
Really? Pulled him.
Yep.
Ground ball, base hit to center field as Brian Hart leads off the 8th with a single.
So Munch is gone.
What was the reason behind that? Do you know?
No, I don't know the reason, but they didn't. Evidently, either he didn't want him pitching this summer, or he wanted him pitching somewhere else.
Huh.
Because he didn't place him here. The former coach at Oklahoma did.
Okay.
Who grew up with Chris Hall and was, had a connection with the league. So.
Interesting.
So because of the coaching change at Oklahoma, Munch is gone.
Foul tipped into the mid. Snap throw by Janig down to first. A good one, but back in plenty of time was Hart. 1 on, nobody out here. Top of the 8th inning. Bottom of the order, Dante Ricciardi, who we're talking about. Son of the former Toronto Blue Jays general manager.
And they did a pretty good job.
There's a nice bunt. Tough play,
nice
and a
play.
good piece of footwork
Cook.
there at first by Sullivan. Cam Cook throws him out. Another sacrifice bunt, second one in this game by the Bravehearts. So Ricciardi, who had scored the game's only run, comes up with a sacrifice to put the
Now batting center fielder,
potential
36,
insurance run in
Trevor
scoring
Johnson.
position in the person of Brian Hart. And back to the top of the order, Trevor Johnson, who executed the earlier sacrifice bunt.
Small ball has worked.
Yeah. So Johnson officially 0 for 2 as he struck out and flied out earlier before the sacrifice. Just the 2 hits for the Bravehearts. They've made the most of them to this point, though. Runner in scoring position with the 1 out and the leadoff batter aboard. To the backstop, and this is not good for the Silver Knights.
That's got to be a pass ball.
And
that hit his mitt. He was right there for it, and it went right through him.
It didn't bounce or anything, and just
Nope.
a miscue behind the dish by Andrew Janig. At third base with less than 2 out is Brian Hart. Trevor Johnson with a golden opportunity here. The infield is in.
1-0 game. We're in the top of the 8th inning.
And 1-0 is also the ball and strike count right now as Justin Snyder gets set to work to Johnson, who's probably happy that the right-hander James Muse is no longer out there. That one's a strike call to the top of the zone. Johnson didn't agree with it, but it's only 1-1, so we'll have more bites at the apple here. Justin Snyder looking for a strikeout if he can get it. Strike two, he paints, and Johnson demonstrably upset. That's not going to sit well with the umpire. Two excellent pitches on the inside corner.
I'll tell you,
by Snyder.
I was skeptical of the 6 o'clock Saturday night start. This one worked.
To center.
It's going to be caught, but it may be a sac fly. We're going to have a play at the plate.
Throw is a good one, and he is safe.
Oh, my. I thought he was out.
I got to agree with you, Tom. I got to agree with you.
I thought he was out. BJ Neverett standing right on the edge.
What a spectacular throw in center field by Cam Cruz.
Justin Snyder opens up his arms. Catcher looks at the umpire, but BJ Neverett does not go out to argue the call.
No. Clutch hit. A clutch sacrifice fly, I should say, by Trevor Johnson.
I mean, you couldn't have made a better throw.
No, it was so great. It was right on the money. It never varied, right on line from Cruz. Fielded on one easy hop by Janig, and he slapped the tag right on the shoulder, Tom. And I thought before he got the foot down on the plate.
What do you think, Tim O'Neill? Could go either way. We're going to have to slow that one down.
Yeah.
We'll have to have Pete Johnson do the replay because a one-hopper to the catcher. Runner comes in. I thought he got him before the foot crossed the bag.
Yeah, it just had that feel like he snapped the tag just before his foot hit the dish. This is ripped deep to left, and there's going to be no doubt about it if it's fair. It is fair ball, says the home plate umpire.
Yeah, I thought it was fair, too.
And now BJ Neverett's going to come out. At first, he seemed to signal foul. He had his hands up like this, but then he pointed to the fair side of the pole. It is a home run for Thomas Walraven. No doubt about it.
What was the count on that
Blast.
pitch?
I think it was 1-0. 3-0. No, 0-1. I thought it was a fair ball. Again, that pole, which could be taller, that used to come into play and create tremendous arguments during the Nashua Pride days when you had a lot of ex-major league sluggers come in here and dwarf that pole with blasts to left field. It was often just a wild guess by the home plate umpire about whether it was fair or foul. He calls that one fair for Walraven.
I thought it was fair. I
did
did,
too,
you know,
yeah.
but we don't have that angle.
We don't have the home plate umpire's angle.
Right.
You're right, yeah.
0-1 was the count on that pitch.
I'll tell you what, if it wasn't fair, it was fair for about 290 feet of the 307. It was a tough call for the ump.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
I thought it did hook inside the theoretical plane of the pole as it was above pole height. Strike one. 1-1 is the count on the dangerous Keiko. Keiko and Kaczynski. 3-4 hitters for the Bravehearts. To center field and pretty deep. Cam Cruz drifting back is going to make the catch. 3 outs, but damage done by the Bravehearts as they get a sac fly for 1 run and a home run, a disputed call for the second one. 3-0. The Bravehearts lead after the top of the 8th. Silver Knights down to their last 2 at bats, have some work to do here at Holman. Anthony Maduri will be leading off to begin the bottom of the 8th inning. Silver Knights staring up at a 3-0 deficit after a very interesting top of the 8th. Had a sac bunt, a sac fly, controversial safe call at home plate, controversial home run call by the next batter, Walraven, who blasted one out of here just inside the foul pole as we looked at it.
Yeah, I thought he had it.
Yeah.
I thought it was.
Jay Neverett came out to question the call.
No, he came out there. He did more than question it.
91 miles an hour from the Worcester Bravehearts relief pitcher, Frank Moscatiello. Moscatiello is only 5'9", 190 pounds, but he generates some velocity from Rocky Point, New York, and St. Thomas Aquinas.
He's got that Irish feistiness.
Yeah, sure he does. With a name like Moscatiello.
Moscatiello, yeah.
Hey, he could be half Irish. You don't know.
You never know.
You know. Outside corner, he's firing strikes right now, coming on.
Yeah,
relief.
I don't know if that's 91. I don't know if that's.
Well, that was not. I didn't see that one.
Yeah, they gunned it at 91. I don't know if that's completely accurate.
Yeah. 92. Are you saying?
I'll tell you what.
Guns off the calibration.
I'll tell you what, compared to what I saw Thursday night.
Yeah, maybe that wasn't the right speed you thought Thursday night.
Maybe
it was
faster.
even
It may have been faster Thursday night.
It was 95.
I like the shoes.
That's
though.
pretty quick. He's got 2 strikeouts immediately here in the 8th. You like the shoes? Fluorescent green, lime green, or fluorescent green, or the yellow.
Fluorescent yellow is what I would call it.
All right. Yeah. Look more like those soccer shoes we see sometimes the players wear these days. So tough task for Cam Cruz at the bottom of the lineup, Tom, against this fireballer here in relief. Saw his 2 teammates strike out. His team's trailing by 3. Silver Knights need base runners. Trailing 3-0 here in the 8th. Pop-up. Second baseman has a beat on it. And Dante Ricciardi makes the catch for the out that ends the inning. 1-2-3, a quick inning at that. Frank Moscatiello in relief. He'll probably get the call for the 9th inning too. I do not see any relief pitcher activity for Worcester.
It's time for the t-shirt toss.
Well, according to our executive producer, Pete Johnson, he said it's a tough call playing at the plate. He said the tag was blocked by the runner on TV view.
Oh.
Couldn't see the tag. So just slow it down in HD. So the fans at home.
It wasn't blocked by the umpire?
He said runner. I thought it'd be the umpire, but I don't see how the runner could block a tag. But you said the ump was right on top.
Oh, blocked by the catcher?
Blocked by the catcher. Okay, that's what it is. So, of course, I wish I had a photo of it, but I don't. Like,
oh, so maybe the foot on the plate was blocked by the catcher. I'm not sure as to what he means, but
I have to see that again. You know, he'll slow it down for the audience, I'm sure.
And then the FBI digital enhancement.
Yes, probably.
Send it to the lab.
Since you're no longer allowed to do replays.
Now you're craving the replay button. You wish we could run it back.
No, I don't. Drove me nuts with that thing. 3 hits apiece, but the Worcester Bravehearts have made their hits count. Count a lot more.
So Kyle Murphy, who is, correct me, normally the closer, he's on in relief for the Silver Knights here, getting some work. Breaking ball. Kyle Murphy is 6'2", 195 pounds. From Billerica, and he pitches for Northeastern University. I think this is our first look at Kyle here on, at least for me, on NashuaETV this season, this 2017 season. We mentioned the next game coming up here at Holman Stadium is 4 days away. It'll be on Wednesday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, June 21, and Tom indicates it'll be a doubleheader at 4 o'clock against the Wachusett Dirt Dogs. Wachusett Dirt Dogs on the 21st. And the next home game will be a week from today after that, after Wachusett on Wednesday. June 24, another 6 o'clock start, and also against the Wachusett Dirt Dogs. Saturday, June 24. Make your plans. skies it very high. Janig discards the mask and will make the catch near the Bravehearts on deck circle. So the leadoff batter pops out here in the top of the ninth. Greg Kosinski.
Catcher number 8, Brett Kofel.
Brett Kofel has struck out, grounded into a double play, and flied out. 0 for 3 so far tonight. Five more games in June. As we mentioned, the 21st of Wednesday, first day of summer, doubleheader against Wachusett. Then it's Wachusett again a week from tonight. Another 6 o'clock Saturday start on 24th. There's a Monday night game. You can remember it, Monday night versus Martha's Vineyard, M&M, at 7:05 on June 26. The Sharks come in for their 3rd time this season, by the way. And the next home game will be on a Thursday, Wachusett, 7:05 the 29th, and then the Friday night fireworks game, 6:45 p.m. start against the logo escapes me there, Tom. You know them all. Friday night, the 30th. Looks like a dog with a Musketeers hat. That hit the batter, hit by pitch. And the Silver Knights do not agree. BJ Neverett is barking at the umpires. He said, how can you call it a hit by pitch? It did not hit the batter. I think that's the discussion right now. It was a 2-2 count on Koffel. Koffel is at first base. And BJ Neverett's not satisfied. He's talking to the home plate umpire. Now he was going to go talk to the base umpire about whether that in fact hit the batter. Neverett's actually animated. There goes the hat. The frustration, Tom, is spilling over for BJ Neverett. I think it's maybe what you mentioned about the no runs scored, being down by 3 runs here at home in the 9th inning, and he blew a gasket there over what was called a hit by pitch. I think Koffel's talking to Ryan Sullivan. You see he's saying he claims it did hit him, I think, and he's not acting. But Neverett lost the hat. I don't think he got thrown out of the game, though. The hat goes down again. I think the base umpire resisted the. There comes the pointing now, and he's asking him to leave, but I don't think he's been ejected yet.
I don't think he has.
I think he wants to be.
I think he does. Yep. So the umpire ruled that
it was a hit by pitch. According to Koffel,
and BJ thinks he got the bat,
and
right?
nipped his elbow or something, his pad or something, about waist high. Yeah. And you should have had that yourself. Yep. You should have had the call yourself. He's telling the home plate umpire.
Right, exactly. Gets a cheer from the crowd. Not thrown out as far as I know, right?
I know. I think he's staying in the dugout. Got his say. Both umpires just took it, and BJ Neverett manages for another pitch. 1-0 is the count. Murphy registering an 86 on the gun right now. Hit by pitch for Koffel. Controversial. There's been several controversial calls in this game. I kind of lost track of a few batters when I was talking to Zolak earlier. Scott Zolak was up here. So this may not be 100%. That one missed the inside corner. And now the umpire's hearing it from the fans on the ball and strike calls. 3-0 is the count on Pat DeMarco, who's 0 for 3. Strikeout, ground out, fly out. Ball 4, 4-pitch walk. It looked like the Kyle Murphy might have been unnerved by all that discussion and break in the action. And it's going to be Kyle Jackson, the pitching coach for the Silver Knights, going to come out and try to
calm him down a little bit.
Yeah. Janig's going to stay out there with Kyle Jackson for this discussion. So a hit by batter and a walk, and first and second with one out here in the top of the ninth. In a 3-0 game, the Bravehearts own a commanding lead and have had great pitching in this game, starting with Billy DeVito. The Bravehearts starter went 7 innings, gave up 3 hits, all singles, and no runs. He was relieved by Frank Moscatiello, who had a very impressive and a quick 8th inning with 2 strikeouts and a flyout. So the Silver Knights trying to prevent further damage here as Murphy hits the outside corner after the conference between his pitching coach and catcher, and kind of a mock cheer from the fans, which is unfortunate. Murphy bearing the brunt of I think the fans' frustration with the lack of runs in the game, maybe. Or they're cheering the umpire. That's a good point, Tim O'Neill. Thank you. You're right. They're just saying the umpire was denying Murphy strikes, and he finally called the strike. So it's 1-1. Fouled off to the left and out of play. So the mock cheer was not for Murphy. It was for the home plate umpire. 1-2 is the count now. Nick Santucci has walked twice and grounded out to short. So officially he is 0 for 1. He did get picked off of first base in this game. Ground ball to the shortstop, could be 2. Banicki to Williams to Sullivan, plenty of time. A 6-4-3 twin killing ends the top of the 9th. So Murphy gets the job done in relief as he induces the double play ball from Santucci. To the bottom of the 9th we go. The Silver Knights down to their last swings, trailing 3-0 here at Holman.
Leading off for the Nashua Silver Knights, second baseman number 1, Ted.
To the bottom of the 9th we go. Ted Williams, who is the leadoff batter in the order, gets leadoff duty here in the 9th. And if ever a leadoff batter needed to get on base to give his team a chance, the pressure is on Williams here. His team's trailing 3-0 here in the bottom of the 9th. And at 88 miles an hour over the top, Frank Moscatiello, the relief pitcher for the Bravehearts, works quickly and he throws 2 quick balls. 2 balls and no strikes. Williams would be very grateful for a 4-pitch walk here. So Williams, I'm sure, just got the fastball sign. He's going to try to throw this right down the middle, and he's low, 3-0. So Moscatiello having trouble finding the strike zone here in the 9th inning to this point. Struck out 2 of the 3 batters he faced in the 8th. Ball 4, a 4-pitch walk to Williams. So a promising start to the bottom of the 9th inning for the Silver Knights.
Now batting third baseman number 17, Cam Cook.
Cam Cook, the 2-hitter in the order, has singled, lined out to the shortstop, and grounded out to second. In the dirt, Koffel makes the catch. Of course, they're not so much worried about the runner at first base, Williams, the Bravehearts, as they are about keeping the tying run from coming to the plate. Which right now would be the 3-hitter in the on-deck circle, Kyle Banicki. Moscatiello doing his best to try to come up with an out by way of the pickoff at first base. A modest lead over there. Williams has got to dive back again. The ball gets loose, and he's going to think twice about taking off because it didn't go all that far away, and his team's down 3. Moscatiello maybe went to the well one time too many there trying the pickoff throws. He was fortunate that Kosinski was able to get enough of that throw in the dirt to prevent Williams from going to second and taking the double play out of effect. And an overthrow there by Moscatiello, who is having trouble throwing strikes here in the 9th inning. That's 6 straight balls from the right-handed reliever. That's a strike. Waist high over the outer corner. 2 balls and 1 strike to count on Cam Cook. Silver Knights leading hitter coming into this at 450. Ground ball to the right side. Ricciardi to shortstop for 1, safe at first. On the back end, Cook beat out the trail end of a would-be double play. So
shortstop number 13, Kyle Banicki.
Fielder's choice erases Williams at second. Here's Kyle Banicki, who has walked twice and grounded back to the pitcher. Nothing. The Bravehearts lead it in the bottom of the 9th. The Silver Knights with 3 hits in the game, scattered around, and not really, I don't think they've even had a runner at third base in this game. Trying to come up with a 3-run 9th. Ball 2, 2-0. That was at 90 miles per hour on the gun for Moscatiello. Pitches for St. Thomas Aquinas, as we said. Very high, left side, backing up the left fielder. Santucci puts it away. 2 outs. The Silver Knights down to their last out here in the 9th.
Now batting first baseman number 37, Ryan Sullivan.
Ryan Sullivan, always a threat to homer. He's got 4 on the young season. But a home run here would still leave the Silver Knights 1 run short. Would love to see it nevertheless.
Just doesn't seem like it's going to happen.
What was that, Tom?
Just doesn't seem as though it's going to happen.
Oh yeah, you're right. You know, even if a home run is hit here by Sullivan, who's fully capable, it would leave the Silver Knights 1 run short at this point, down 3-0. That one's low, 2-0. So here's the thing: if you're Sullivan, do you just take a strike, or do you like hammer away at what could be a home run pitch here?
I think you try to hammer away and get some runs. You did it to Worcester before last year in the playoffs, so
yeah,
it's possible. By the way, our next TV game will be Wednesday, June 21st, this coming Wednesday. We will do the 2nd game of the doubleheader.
2nd game.
Which should start around 7 o'clock.
Okay.
Game 1 is at 4. They're both 7-inning games.
Very good. There goes the runner. They're going to let him go.
Yeah,
Sullivan
defensive
swings.
indifference.
Yeah. It's going to
That
land
ball is going to go out of play.
on the roof of the administration building here at Holman. 3-2. The runner will be off with the pitch again. A 2 out and a full count on Sullivan. Game time right now is 2 hours and 6 minutes.
Well, it will.
Here goes the runner, and again fouled off.
It will be longer than the game on Wednesday night previous, which was 2 hours and 4 minutes.
Wow. Some serious pitching going on in these
Exactly.
things.
And Nashua has faced that pitching. Those are 3 games.
Yeah.
27 innings, looks like, with just 1 run.
How about that? There goes the runner. Fouled off
again.
to the right.
Sullivan hanging tough. He walks. You get the tie and run to the plate with Janning. As you said.
Yeah.
Janning go for 3 on the night.
3-2. Pitch again from Moscatiello to Sullivan. Goes to the backstop.
Ball 4, and Cook is going to try for 3rd. No, he's not.
You do not want to make the last out there with your team down by 3. So Sullivan walks, and Janik represents the tie run, which precipitates a mound visit. Stranger things have happened here at Holman Stadium, Tony.
Well, down 2 runs last year. Mickey Gasper, 0-2 count, works a walk.
0-2 count.
Works
That's
the
right.
walk.
Good memory.
And Sullivan, I've written it several times, so.
Yeah.
And Sullivan hits the game-tying home run. And then they win the game in extras when DiSarcina beats out that ground ball, double play, potential double play grounder, and beats it out just barely.
Just barely.
And Nashua scores the game-winning run to go up 1-0 in the series, and they end up winning Game 2 in Worcester.
Oh, yeah. That was one of my favorite Silver Knights moments, the favorite Silver Knights moment of all time, that Ryan Sullivan home run.
J.P. Pine positioning the outfielders, trying to get word to the center fielder, maybe to move back a little bit. But you know what? How much more can he do that? They can't delay the game for him to give signals. So. And he's got his fielders moving deeper with Janik to prevent Janik from getting around. He doesn't have much speed though, so I don't think that's going to be a problem. They'll give up the base hit. They just don't want the extra base hit.
Right, which would put the tie run in scoring position. Well, with his best fastball of the inning that registered at 92 on the gun, Moscatiello ahead in the count 0-1 as he really reached back on that one. Janik, who has seen 2 walks in the inning. That's blocked by Koffel.
Yeah, not pitching with a lot of confidence.
Yeah, you know what? The only thing
not
that
pitching
he's
to
controlling
contact.
is the fastball. I think that was a breaking ball.
He's not pitching to contact,
No.
and his fastball's been up and out of the zone.
The only thing he can really
So if you're Janik and you know that,
you've got to sit fastball.
you've got to sit fastball. This is a very dangerous situation if you're Worcester.
Swung on and missed. That was a pitch there that he might have been able to handle, but Moscatello got it by him at 91.
That was the one.
Yeah, it was. 1-2 is the count on Andrew Janik. He's grounded out short a couple times tonight, flied to right. Batting with his team down to its last strike here. 1-2 pitches on the way as Koffel sets up outside. Timeout just barely granted in time.
That should be allowed, not allowed.
No, that was the situation.
As soon as the pitcher's in his windup.
I think maybe BJ Nevert's in the umpire's head, though, because he can just imagine.
Oh, I'm surprised BJ didn't get tossed. He did everything he could try to do to get tossed.
Well, if he didn't give him time right there and he threw strike 3.
Yeah, they're going for a
Here comes
breaking
the
ball on the
1-2.
outside.
Very high, but maybe catchable. Long run for the outfielders. And the left fielder takes it, Santucci, and that's the out that ends the game. So nice job in relief by Moscatiello. And the Silver Knights, unfortunately, get shut out in this one. For Tom King, good job. Our cameraman Tim O'Neill, who's had a really long day of quality work doing the graduations for Nashua High North and South. Congratulations to all of the 2017 class graduates. Also want to thank our executive producer Pete Johnson. I'm John Collins, thanking Scott Zolak and Bob Bates as well on Scott Zolak night here at Holman Stadium. The final score for the final time, the Worcester Bravehearts take it 3-0. Stay with us for more exciting Nashua Silver Knights action in the 2017 summer season, and good night from Holman Stadium, everybody.